So you're trying to understand how to quantum leap and shift your reality so that way you can live the life that you prefer. Have the people, places, and things in your life. Well, if that's you, I got you. And I'm going to give you 5 simple steps to achieving this fulfilling lifestyle that you prefer. Let's get it. Step number 1, act on your highest excitement, your passions at any given moment. Physical reality, if you want to achieve anything in this life, you got to take action, aligned action to the vision that you hold for yourself. And as you continue to match the vibrational bandwidth of that vision and point B version of you, you will get there eventually. Or you're going to give up. Or worst of all, you'll never start. So you have to take action on what excites you the most. Now, passion doesn't mean, oh yeah, I'm going to become this magical artist all of a sudden just because it's my highest passion. Maybe. But in the given moment, in the present moment, what is your highest passion? Maybe it is taking a walk in this moment. What feels more attracting to you and is attractive to you, like trying to pull you towards it, that excites you a little bit more than any of your other options in your current reality? Out of all the bits of information that you have around you, what's just a little bit more exciting than the other? Just take action on it. Okay? And do not jump off the cliff. Take the leap and do not jump off the cliff. What that means is, like, if you're at work and this is your source of income to provide for you, don't just leave work to go follow something that feels better, because that's going to harm you, right? So being able to stay where you're at and take action on what excites you just a little bit more. Maybe there's another work project that's more exciting than the one you're currently working on. Okay? So just keep moving towards something that's exciting towards you. This is step number 1. Just take action. Okay? When you can, when it's possible for you to. Take the leap, but don't jump off the cliff. Take the leap, don't leap off the cliff. And number 2, once you start taking action, you do it till you can do it no further. And this is where honest self-reflection kicks in. Because you know when you're excited about something and it feels good and it's like, yeah, I want to go do that. Well, as long as you have that same energy as right before you started, and that idea, that message, whatever came through, and you just wanted to act upon something, you do it until you can do it no further. So having honest reflection of, like, am I still excited in doing this process, or am I burned out now? Or is it my fears getting in the way, making me want to stop? What if you started doing an art piece because it excited you, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, like halfway through, you're like, man, there's other artists. Why am I even doing this? Like, you get this imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs, fear-based things, like it'll never be good enough, or perfectionism gets in your way. Yeah. If you're going to stop then because of fear, do not do that. So having honest reflection on why do I want to stop? Or is it because I'm actually tired and I think something else is more exciting, and I can come back to this at any moment. But if you feel like you're going to give up on this project, well, and if you feel like you're going to give up on this project, because of these limiting, fear-based, resistant thoughts, then that's something you have to look within to release, because it's not true. You're buying into whatever other people's opinions have taught you about reality, versus when you're like an inner child that's excited, just wants to go ahead and have fun and do things. Yeah, you're listening to all the human garbage you've picked up. So let that go and do it till you can do it no further. So when you're actually tired and there's something more exciting, and then you know you can come back to this comfortably, then you're good to go, baby. All right, let's get to step number 3. Have no insistence on the outcome. No insistence. How it turns out, who cares? You may have an idea in your mind that excited you, and most of the time it turns out better than you can imagine, because as you're taking incremental steps, more ideas, more inspiration comes to you. And you keep taking action from the present moment, not where you were an hour ago. Because imagine if like, all those ideas you had when you were like a kid, let's say you're like an architect, right? And like, that doodle car that you used to draw that like, until it like pulls up on you in real life. There's actually like some meme where like, the car's like weirdly shaped. It's like a super long thing. It's like this. And it's like, you know what I mean, right? You've probably drawn this doodle car. Like Doodle Bob from SpongeBob. So like, imagine if you started like, now you're this like famous architect, right? Well, I mean, yeah, you could be an artist and make these things and make it look dope, but it's like your ideas and inspiration are probably a whole lot different than they were when you were 5 years old, right? Because now you have all these new things in at your disposal, new tools that excite you more. So as you keep taking more action, as like new things come to you, let go of the insistences that you have and just keep going with the flow, because you want to stay in that flow state energy. That flow state energy will change your life because it gets rid of perfectionism and all your limiting beliefs and all your thoughts. You just keep going because you're having fun in the passion, in the excitement. It allows you to be in the moment and allows you to expand. Oh, well, it didn't turn out the way you thought it would. Let go of that insistence. Maybe it's what you needed. And this brings us to number 4. Number 4. All right, number 4. That's 8. Number 4 is stay in a positive state no matter what. Okay? That leads us to number 4, because maybe it snowballs into something, right? And it can snowball into 2 things. One, it snowballs into something that you never expected happening and it becomes magical. Like, let's say you took a walk or a quick jog and you never want to take jogs, and all of a sudden you accidentally bump into like this amazing person, and now you're getting married in freaking like a year because you just found the love of your life just because of that interaction, because you chose to follow your highest excitement. It's possible. It is. Anything is possible in our reality if you allow yourself to follow your passions and your excitements and what feels good. So maybe it does snowball into something bigger. Maybe even meet a person that leads to just small conversations. To here's my number. Actually, I'm looking for someone to do this gig or something, and you get you start doing your DJ producer EDM life. Like, who knows? Who knows what opportunities will show up as long as you are able to stay in a positive state. And this also means, well, what if you did create this art piece and then you made a small scratch or something, you got lost, and then all of a sudden, like, now you don't know how to continue to creating this piece, or you don't know how to make this better. And this is something I used to struggle with a lot with EDM production, is like, I would reach a place where I didn't understand volume, and I used to also have like programs running on my laptop that had like boosted sound effects. So I always wonder when I exported the tracks and exported them and like listened to them in my car, I'm like, what the heck is going on? This sounds nothing like it. And then eventually I figured that out after a year. And it was the most discouraging thing in my entire life. I still kept producing. I still kept trying to figure stuff out. And you know what I learned from that? To turn off all those programs. Finally, like, I figured it out, like what was causing it, right? And then I just had so many unfinished tracks, except, you know what? Through all those tracks, I learned so much about sound design, like arrangements. I make such unique things that, like, had I not just kept going and trying to figure it out and keeping this excitement going, I wouldn't have gotten to the level like that I always wanted to be at. And like now the things that I do in 5 minutes with music, like, and sounds, and like knowing the frequency spectrums and how sounds work together would take me freaking months to figure out. Right? And it allowed me to start letting go of perfectionism and like self-comparingness, because it's like, you know, I'm going to figure it out anyway. I just keep acting upon that. So sometimes things may show up that you don't know how to do yet. And sometimes you may hit a wall, is what I'm pointing out. And sometimes that wall is going to lead you to learning more things about this art, how to create better art, how to create better sound quality, especially for me in EDM production. I had to figure that out. I had to start looking into compressors. How do they work? Clip to zero methods, mixing and mastering. I had to start doing all these things, even percussion. Like I wanted to learn more and I had to expand. And every time I would hit a wall and not understand like what's happening or why am I getting lost, it was the end of the excitement, because now my excitement is to go ahead and take the next step and learn into something that I'm going to need for this next step on my journey to expand and progress. So sometimes what may show up and manifest isn't exactly what you prefer. It's what you need. Sometimes what we want will always show up for the most part. And sometimes we get things that we don't want to show us what we need. Or it's simply showing us, maybe I don't like this direction I'm going in. Maybe this is what I don't prefer in my reality. So allow things to snowball so that way you can decide which route you're going to go and what shows up. So stay in a positive state because it's going to benefit you anyway. There's always a benefit, and you will never, ever be able to connect the dots where you are in this moment, especially when you're getting emotional. It's like, man, this is like my 50th unfinished track and I want to give up. I'm speaking from experience, right? Like you're there and you want to give up. It's like, no, maybe there's something here for me to figure out and learn and expand. And I'm so happy I never gave up. All right. So do not give up. And once you look back, you'll be able to connect the dots and you'll realize like, oh man, I really needed all that. I really needed to go through all that. So my sound became so unique. So I created something that's so unique, and I let go of comparison. I let go of perfectionism. I let go of so many things during this journey that there's like I couldn't figure out before. And I had to accept the benefits and where I was heading and just let it take as long as it took. Okay? I know this one was a really elongated number 4. And number 5, this one is let go of resistance. Let go, similar to, I think number 2 is what I mentioned, or one of them was added. Regardless, number 5 is making sure you let go of resistance. Limiting beliefs, fear-based beliefs, relief yourself of fear-based beliefs. Okay? Let them go. They don't exist. Everything that you think that is not positive is because somewhere in your mind there's a subconscious belief that you're choosing to believe about your reality because of the human garbage you picked up. You're basically walking around on Earth with a little basket, and you're like, oh yeah, let me take that. Oh hey, best friend that I've known for so long and who has been abused by their parents, and like you have all these limiting beliefs. I'm gonna put that in my basket. I'm gonna believe it too because we've been best friends for so long. Oh yeah, hey mom and dad that abused me or neglected me, I'm just going to take this and I'm unworthy and blah, 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 and put it in my basket. It's like, when these things come up, the only way to actually release them is to pull them out of your basket and look at them and feel them, feel those feelings. And like, why do I have this belief? Why do I feel this way? Is this really necessary? Am I really going to put my power in other people based off their opinions and their lifestyles? And it's like, this isn't what I want. Because whatever whenever you see anybody who's ever living the life that you want, whether they're an artist or architect, lawyer, whatever it is, it's been done. If they can do it, you can too. And believe me, they had to go through a process also to get there. So if you put other people's limiting beliefs on you that are not those things, that are not living that life that you want because it's not possible for them because they believe that, and you start to believe it's not possible for you when there's other people who have clearly have done it, they just can't help you on your journey, which is okay. They're not the right people to be putting their thoughts in your basket. Let them go. It's so silly. It's like, oh man, yeah, that's not real. Maybe I should go connect with someone who does that thing and see what I can gain from them. See what I can learn. And as long as you can keep figuring out what is stopping you and letting it go, feeling it to release it. Because once you add your conscious awareness, like healing is instant. Once you add your conscious awareness to the pain or the struggle that you're experiencing, if you keep doing that thing, it's now a choice. Like once you finally like realize like, oh man, I see where this is coming from, you know, and if you keep doing this reaction, oh man, I got a little itch here. Or whatever, it's a choice. Like, I'm sorry, me, for keep doing this stuff. It's like, no, you're not. It's a choice. Like, that's the end of the habit, is when you add your conscious awareness, because you're that powerful. And if you think, oh no, it takes time, I have to heal, I have to do this stuff, it's like, no, you just keep reminding yourself, this is not who I am anymore. Like, quantum leaps, y'all, like, they're not this like, whoosh, you know, let's say this freaking leap over the fucking quantum realm. Nah, quantum leaps are so small. Quantum's actually really small. Like, you ever see Ant-Man? He just gets really tiny. Tardigrades or whatever, like these tiny, really tiny. Yeah, it's tiny. Why? Because it's a micro reality shift. It's like a picture frame. It's like a video on a movie screen. It's like every moment is a new moment. So you get to shift your reality. You just choose who you want to be, and you start thinking, feeling, and acting as that person. How do they act? That's why meditation is so good, so you can become familiar with those feelings. Envisioning is so good. And that's why you have to let go of insistences with step number 3. Because you can envision yourself and try to attract all these, but if you follow this process and you let go of these beliefs, you're going to attract what you need, which is already what you signed up for when you came to Earth and you wanted to experience as a soul. So you got to let go of these things. Law of attraction isn't about like trying to manifest, because when you try to manifest, it incorporates lack and it repels the very things that you desire. Because you're acting like you don't already have them, and that's creating that vibration of saying you don't have it, so you don't have it. The belief is like you don't have it, and law of attraction and reflection is bringing you exactly what you believe. And when you can let go of these things, naturally everything is going to attract to you to have that fulfilling, purpose-filled life. And it's about healing and letting go of these beliefs and just adding your conscious awareness, because then it's a choice. It's a choice to continue feeling like that. Do not disempower yourself. Do not think you need all this healing. Healing is instant. Okay, so have an alchemizing day, beautiful soul. And please, please, please let me know how I helped you in the comments below. I love reading comments. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. And like and subscribe for more videos like this. Namaste.